Bleed red, white, and Rangers blue. Hail the king. Follow the bread man. And know how to spell Capo Caco. Then tune in to Go Rangers Radio. Join your hosts, Kevin DeLury and Paul Cuthbert, every week for their take on the New York Rangers. Live and archive shows are available at GoRangersRadio.com. If you're social, follow at Go Rangers Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go Rangers Radio, where the New York Rangers are always the talk of the town.
One, two. KD, can you hear me now? Okay. All right, we're going to edit all this. Now, Brendan and Joe both say hi. Can everybody hear each other? All right, let's rock and roll. Here we go. I'm coming back. Now you can't hear them? Are you joking? Oh, hold on a second. All right, let's see what. How about now? Brendan and Joe, say hi.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, guys. Welcome back to Go Rangers Radio, everybody. We're figuring this out. We got everybody on the line together. Once again, welcome to Go Rangers Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Paulie and KD with our special guests tonight, Brendan and Joe from We Bleed Blue. So, Brendan, you got enough airtime there. Let's give Joe a few seconds here.
Yeah, please. Right, all true. Basically, like I say here, collect the track. Yeah, I'm certainly not the look.
So, Joe,
so thanks for having us on, guys.
You got it, man, and thanks for your patience here. And everybody's listening live. We appreciate your patience, too. We'll clean all this up in the end and later stuff. But we're just, me and KD are coming out of retirement here, so fixing this thing up. So, Joe,
Nah, I'm sure. Nope, I'm sure nobody even noticed.
It's all good. So, Joe, Brendan was taking us through how you guys got started, a little bit on the experience of getting the opportunity to work with the Rangers, and then a little bit on some of the on location things that you guys have been doing, like with the Coliseum invasion coming up and stuff like that. But let's get your vibes a little bit on your experience in terms of building the company with Brendan, and obviously getting your take on the experience of getting the chance to work with the Rangers and getting your gear into the Garden and everything else. So take us through that a little bit and get your take on it.
Sure. And I apologize if it's a little redundant, but, listen, Brendan and I have been best friends since we're kids. Met at a kid's birthday party, found out we lived a couple blocks from each other, and you figure it's the 90s, and not everybody's into hockey. This is pre-Rangers winning the Cup, kind of when it took on. And, today I look back at this and just realize just how fortunate, I think we both are to be able to run a really great business and, with a really great friend. And, we've been best friends for 20 years or so plus probably. And this is something that we talked about a lot along the way. We talked about it. We were going to, give it a go a couple times. And then finally, we said, let's do this. We could do this. We have some great ideas. I think we can make this work. And we kind of went into this a little blind. We weren't really sure how to approach it, but we ended up making a couple of shirts that really took well. I mean, kudos to Brendan, who handles the social side, really got it out there in front of people. And it kind of just spread like wildfire. People really were engaged in what we were doing. And we really haven't looked back. We've changed a couple locations along the way. I'm not sure if you mentioned this, but we worked out of a basement. We worked out of my living room, my infant daughter, in her crib right next to us. Worked out of a closet, and a couple offices later, this thing has kind of grown to get ourselves into the Garden. So it's been a great run since we started, and I really can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
That's awesome. And Joe, what I wanted to know is, and Brendan too, is just seeing when you create something and seeing it come to life. Aside from the business side of things and the financials and the money and everything, respectively, both of you, how do you guys feel about the reward of the fans just really enjoying this? And obviously some of the players have put the shirts on and everything else, but when you see your brand and you see your baby, what you created and everything else out there, and more important, just the seeing the human side of it, of everybody actually wearing what you guys created.
For me, I think it never gets old, and I'm sure Brendan will agree. I mean, it doesn't happen easily to get a guy on the team that kind of supports what we're doing. You check some social feeds, friends, people you haven't spoken to in such a long time, and you see some pictures at the game and they're wearing our stuff. I think something like that just never gets old. For us, it's never ever really about the money. It never has been. That was always secondary, and it's always a great bonus, right? But I mean, I think just the movement, the passion, the kind of bringing something out there that everybody can kind of unite and get behind. I think that's what really is rewarding for us. I mean, we try to provide, an alternative. I love the stuff that you can get in the Garden. Sometimes it's great, but I feel that we have an opportunity to kind of give it, like art, right? Art is very creative and it's an expression, and it's something that you really want to say, and we really think and we try to get a really good handle on the innuendos of the team, the things that maybe the big corporate companies may not always understand or see, and it's something very relatable. So for us, I mean, it's super rewarding. It never gets old. And I know many years from now, when we sit back and look at this thing, we're going to sit back and really realize just how great this thing has been, and, kind of pinch yourself moments where you don't really even believe we did what we did. And it's still growing, and it's a ton of fun. And if you keep having fun with things, like anything else, it doesn't feel like work. And it's something that's just very passionate about. So, I'm looking forward to what we have in store for
sure. Kevin here. What was, when you guys were going through the process, was there a moment, wow, we've made it, or an aha moment, or was it when like maybe you saw Zuccarello wearing the shirt for the first time, or, was there a moment where you're like, I think we have something here?
It was probably one of two moments. It was either when Brandon Cross put the shirt on social media, or it was when Boomer and Carton were wearing the shirts on their show. That's when I was like, whoa, like we did something here. I don't know. Joe?
Yeah, I was thinking the Boomer and Carton situation. I mean, I think those are the things that constantly change. It always gets better. There's always something new that happens that's like, wow, he made it. I mean, at first the Boomer and Carton thing was great, or was, hooking up with Press like you said, or then fast forward to being approached by some of the guys at the Garden and kind of loving what we're doing and the validation of that. I think there were so many things that happen in the right succession that every time something new happens, it's that aha moment. And just the growth and the continuous engagement has been great. So it's forever evolving, I guess you could say it like that.
What do you guys? What has been your favorite sort of product that you put out? Is there one shirt or one item that you sort of love more than the others, or is it sort of like they're all your kids and you love them sort of all the same?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Brent.
I think they're, it's the flavor of the week, Ken. It's who's your hot hand at the moment where you're like, you know what, Panarin had 5 points the other night. I'm going to the next game with my Panarin shirt on. Like that's type of, all-time favorite. The King of New York is probably my all-time favorite. Maybe, there's been some really good ones. The Zook shirt was like one of my real favorites for a long time. I mean, you'd catch me in that one a couple times a week for years.
I'd agree with both of those. I guess those are the first two that I thought of. Obviously from people ordering side, those were our two biggest hits. They're all, you could say it like this: they're all your favorites to a degree. It kind of surprises us, and we say this all the time. Every time we come up with something that everybody kind of gets behind, it's like, wow, this is the best one, and it constantly, happens every time we put out something new. But for me, yeah, I'm with you on the Zook and the King of New York. Those are our two favorites. Those have been the flagship products for us over the last couple seasons for sure.
Joe and Brandon, go ahead, Katie. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and just to play off that, just so you know, I am wearing my Kings of New York sweatshirt right now. So I agree. That is.
I was hoping you were going to have your Vote Your Odds shirt on tonight, guys.
That is true. That was like custom for the just for people who don't know. Back in the day when I had my blog, every year I used to pick a different player that Ranger fans should really try to get in the All-Star game. A player that wasn't the superstar on the team. The first year I did it, we almost got Sean Avery in the All-Star game. I think we got him up to like 10th most votes, which was amazing. And then the following year, we tried to get Girardi, and before he actually made it on his own to the All-Star game, and the guys made a vote for Girardi shirt, sort of like a political campaign shirt. I still have it at home. I still have it in my drawer. I bust it out every once in a while. So yeah, to me that is one of my favorite shirts that you guys made, because it meant a lot to me and helped me with the blog and build it up at the time. So yeah, that Girardi shirt was that means a little something to me. You guys talk about the emotions and stuff that you guys have put into this product, and I think that's where you guys resonate with the Ranger fan. You really get involved with what's going on. You have a pulse, a finger on the pulse, and you saw what I was doing with the blog, and you wanted to lend a hand to it. So, I really appreciate, everything that you guys did to help me at the time, including putting that shirt together.
Well, we are happy to hear that. As a matter of fact, Girardi was my guy, big favorite of mine, or a big favorite of mine. And, I never forget, we took a couple road trips way before Weebly Blue really got going. We go down to Pittsburgh. We were hanging out in the lobby of the hotel we're staying in. All of a sudden, bus pulls up. Out comes Tortorella. Out comes Callahan. Out comes Girardi. And we were just like, oh, my God, this is crazy. But I never forget. I think I was one of the first. I had a blank. We had a place to go get them lettered properly, wearing my Girardi jersey in the lobby. And I never forget that Girardi kind of walked past, did like one of those one steps and then one steps back, and looks back. And he kind of looked at the shirt. He's like, dude, this guy's got my shirt. So from there, I became like really, super fan of